inspiration style podcast video action now. Hey guys, what was that? What was that? Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, hello, my name is Not Another Henna. If you're new on here, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all things inspiration. So many of you always ask me, Henna, how do you find your inspiration? Where do you find inspiration? Da 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 da. So I figured, you know what, since I'm really enjoying filming these sort of more long form content videos, I would just sit down and talk to you about all things inspiration. Where do I find it? How do I get it? And yeah, let's get into it. And before we get into the video, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, and comment, and get me into that algorithm, baby, so that I can join that creators program.
Yeah.
TikTok is just not the same, and I'm really enjoying making these YouTube videos. So if you want to keep your girl around this town, subscribe. Okay. Hi, hello. If you guys don't know anything about me, I'm going to talk a little bit about my background before I start talking about inspiration and stuff. So my background is photography and retouching, post-production, and color grading. When I was 16 years old, I started interning in the fashion beauty space here in New York City. Then I went on and interned at Milk Studios, formerly known as Milk Makeup. You guys know it. And now I'm a director photographer / I make makeup content, YouTube, TikToks. It's just something that I really enjoy, love doing. So anyway, so many of you are constantly asking me, Henna, where do you find your inspiration? How do you find your inspiration for your looks and things like that? And to be honest with you, as an artist, as a photographer, I have to constantly make mood boards for editorial photo shoots and even for like advertising jobs. I'm constantly making mood boards. I'm constantly just looking at things all the time. Like, it is part of my job to thoroughly go through inspirations and put them together into mood boards and pitch them to clients for ideas and so forth and so on. And for me, I think inspiration comes from just textures, films, movies, music. It's like literally it's everywhere around us. And it's so funny because for me personally, like, I find inspiration for makeup in anything and everything. Like, I'll see a texture of something or a color of something or I don't know, just like, or a pencil, and I'll be like, ooh, this pencil, I love how monochromatic the packaging is, and then it'll inspire me to make a look. So I'm a weird art kid, you guys. Like, I went to Ferrello H. LaGuardia High School. Yeah, bitch. And so I did a lot of painting. I went to the school for art, so I did like watercolor painting. I did oil painting, calligraphy. I didn't take architecture, but you could take architecture if you wanted to. I took pottery and art history, nude painting. So I think so much of my love for art just comes from everywhere. I'm just like a kooky, weird little art kid. So really, there's not like a particular thing that I, look at and I'm like, that's where the inspiration comes from. I think for me personally, the 90s have a really big role to play for my makeup personally, especially for my makeup inspiration, because I feel like I was a baby in the 90s. I was born in 92. So I just feel like I was not able to wear or play around with makeup. Obviously, I was in a diaper literally on a farm in Ukraine. So I couldn't wear the makeup that they wore in the 90s. And the makeup was so exciting in the 90s because so much about makeup in the 90s was about textures and colors, and brands used to stand for things. Like, when you think of MAC, you literally think of like the most legendary makeup brand ever, and they paved a way for so many makeup brands in the industry. And for me, that's where my obsession with the 90s comes from. I also, as somebody who's been working in beauty and fashion for over a decade at this point, literally have been obsessed with like Kevin Kwan, Pat McGrath, just like these legends that create these looks, Val Vanguard, just Peter Phillips, just like there's so many makeup artists, legends, living legends, just incredible. There's literally inspiration all around us. Like I will never forget when Pat McGrath did the glass skin for the Mason Margiela dolls. I mean, it literally broke the internet. And literally that was my first viral video on TikTok. And it put me on the map. And I think that's how Pat McGrath noticed me. Or maybe it was a little bit before that. I can't remember. But I just remember it like brought the whole entire community of makeup lovers together. Because me and my friends were literally, we were all like, me, Erin Parsons, Ellie Smith, me and Nico, we were all texting each other and just trying to figure out what this thing was that she used on the skin for the models. Fun fact, Pat McGrath actually invited me to her offices and she did the makeup on me. Insert clip here. Like, how crazy is that, you guys? And like literally wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for me just yapping and posting my makeup on the internet. So like forever so grateful for this moment. I mean, I've been looking up to Pat McGrath for such a long time. But yeah, so I feel like also I'm somebody who loves art and photo books. So a lot of my inspiration comes from different photographers. My biggest and most inspiring photographer of all time is Helmut Newton. If you live in Berlin, Germany, I highly suggest you go to the Helmut Newton Foundation and just go and put on headphones and explore. That's what I did. My sister got married in Europe, and literally for a weekend I flew over to Berlin just to go there, just to see it in real life, because I'm so obsessed with his work and I've seen his work before in ICP, but never the pictures that I've literally looked up to since I was like 14, 15 years old. And I remember I went there by myself and I just walked around and I took my time because the place is really not that big, but I cried. I was so blown away just like seeing handwritten letters from Vogue editors to Helmut Newton asking him to like make assignments. And as a photographer, like I get that in an email form, but it was just like so personal seeing it in art, like not art form, but like in paper form. Like who does that anymore? Nobody, Inspiring. So like going to museums, going to see films, like The Substance was probably my favorite film from last year. I hope that it wins all the nominations that it's been nominated for, because that film in itself, for the cinema, the set design, the color grading, just everything in that movie is everything that I love about cinema. It was so inspirational. Demi Moore looked incredible. I gotta take a sip. You know what? Let me show you a couple of my favorite images by Helmut Newton, because literally I am so obsessed with him. Like this photo, the color, the composition, just everything about it is absolutely like delicious, gorgeous, beautiful. Eat it up. Like, come on now. And he also did this series of, I forget the name of it, but it's like he photographed the same subject. It was a woman, the same subject, clothed and then unclothed in the same setting, and they like have the images side by side at the museum, and it is just like, it's so good. One of my like major goals in lifetime as a photographer is to have a gallery show one day, hopefully, maybe, if this world even survives. Like, what is happening, you guys? I do not know. Anyway, what else? Inspiration. Growing up in New York City, the best way I can describe it is you kind of like find things all around you that inspire you. And I think I was very privileged and blessed enough to be able to grow up in the city in that way, because I think a lot of us, especially, New Yorkers, we've been here for so long, like we tend to take things for granted in this city. And I'm constantly reminded every time I travel somewhere and I come back, I get so re-inspired by this city, but this city can easily also be so self-isolating, so deprecating, and so, what's the word, suffocating for an artist. So it's like, it all depends, but I guess it's anywhere you live, you always will have like a love-hate relationship with the place. But yeah, also traveling. I love traveling, and I find so much inspiration and joy in that. Every time I travel, I bring my 35 millimeter camera, and I literally really only take photos on that. I'm the worst person whenever I travel. I like never take pictures on my phone, because maybe because I do it for a living, it's just kind of like, I just want to check out and not have to think about taking pictures. But yeah, what else? I also, what? Another thing I really love is like whenever I'm on set, I get to collaborate with other like makeup, hair, stylists, models, production, assistants, lighting, techs. And, especially when you're working on more of personal photo shoot, like an editorial shoot and stuff like that, your team can also be very inspiring. The people that you surround yourself with and the people that you get to create art with and like create these beautiful, fantastic worlds with. Because it really does take a village, you guys. Like, I wouldn't be able to take the photographs that I take if it wasn't for a village. Even this video, like making this video, like all of this, like setting this up, it's like a form of art in a way. I'm just a very weird kid, and that's just who I am. So yeah, I see art all around us. I think art is also so intertwined in between politics, and I think so much of the art reflects on politically what we're going through. And I think as I'm literally in a hood, just like, whose funeral am I going to? Nobody's. But anyway, I think sometimes it's also very important as a creator to take time to get away from the things that you're making, because sometimes we can get so overconsumed and we start to criticize ourselves a little too much. And I think it's so important to allow your brain to rest in order to be able to rediscover the things that you get inspired by and rediscover the things that interest you, that get you to create the makeup looks that you want. And I think so much about the makeup that I do also is about individuality. I feel like we need more people to just be authentically themselves. I just feel the best style, the best makeup, the best everything comes from a person who is so confident in their own skin, who they are. They have a personal sense of style that cannot be replicated or duplicated. And you just tend to gravitate towards those people. And for me, I personally love to surround myself with those types of people, because then the inspiration is just continuously all around me. And I am so blessed to have so many incredible artists as friends that are in my circle, and we just kind of like bounce ideas off of each other constantly. And I think that's the best part about being a creative, is to be able to build a community around yourself to also inspire you and to, make you think in different ways in an artist, and make you, just have good people around you that are also creatives, that are going to uplift you and support your creativity and who you are as a person, and not try to like put you down and push you down for being a little bit odd, a little bit different, a little bit something. Because I always think it's so much more interesting to have a thing that's like, for me, perfectly imperfect is the best way to describe it. It's also a project I'm working on with my friend and dear collaborator, William Back. Here's a little insert of what the project is all about. Pause to read. A very important, a dear personal project for me as a photographer, as an artist, and as a creator. I just think it's so important that we have these very difficult conversations about bodies and body positivity and just being confident and comfortable in our own skin and celebrating individuality. And that's how I'm gonna close out this episode. I don't know what this is, me rambling and just yapping about creativity and inspiration and photography and anything and everything. So I guess maybe this is like a little bit of inside my head with not another Hannah, but yeah. Don't forget to give yourself a little love too, you know? As an artist, we're sensitive BBs. We also have to take care of ourselves. Let me know how you like this sort of like more of a chit-chatty sit down video style video. Let me know if you want me to continue sitting down and talking more about inspiration. Leave your questions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and comment, and just interact with this video. It's free and it will really, really help me out so much. And I will see you guys in my next one.